get the real deal now. Gonna kick your sorry ass out on the street. Say what you got. You used to think you owned the street. Well, back to back, cause your ass is dead meat. Victory's sweet. Bring it on.
Yes, it's here. How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Lowdown Show on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. The show where we discuss and review WWE Raw and Smackdown from this week and discuss any important news in the WWE. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters. You can follow me on Twitter at RealKyleMasters, and I am joined by my co-host, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Heyo.
You can follow him on Twitter as well at Corporate Cappy. Go ahead and give us a follow, guys. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite WWE podcast every Thursday night on YouTube and on our website, nhwbppodcast.wix.com/official. If you missed and want to check out any of our past episodes, head on over to the YouTube page and subscribe to the channel, guys. Again, as always, if you want to drop us a comment or a thought to discuss on the air, leave one down in the comment section below here, as well as you can send us a tweet at NoHoldsBarredWP using the hashtag The Lowdown Show. So, guys, let's jump right into it. Monday Night Raw this week was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm going to admit there was a lot of happening on Raw, as this was the go-home show for Fastlane, which Fastlane actually ends up looking pretty good.
Yeah. The last couple go-home shows we've had for pay-per-views have not been good.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I want to get something off our chests, actually, right off the air. As you saw in the tweet, if you didn't before, No Self-Ill is officially not part of our podcast anymore. He had some
personal reasons
to leave the podcast we're not going to discuss, but we wish him well in his future endeavors. So anyways, going back into Raw, I want to talk about this whole Dean Ambrose situation. At the beginning of Raw, he got forced into a fatal five-way. Has there ever been a fatal five? I don't remember a fatal five-way match ever.
I think it was just because Stephanie came out and said, like, you don't want to get F5'd, but I'm going to give you something better.
Yeah, I gave you an F5 anyways, and basically booked them in a fatal five-way match for the IC title.
I've never heard of a fatal five-way before.
That's nuts. 2K's probably going to put that in their next video game.
Yeah.
But he ended up defending his IC title in a fatal five-way match against Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Tyler Breeze. There was one other person. I guess it must have been really... The Miz.
Miz, yeah.
Was it The Miz?
Yeah, it was The Miz.
Yeah, it was The Miz. Yep. For the IC Championship...
this is like a pay-per-view quality match.
This was actually a really good match, especially that finisher near the end where Miz was... Dean Ambrose was giving Miz the dirty deeds, and then Dolph Ziggler comes from behind, gives him the
zigzag.
The zigzag, the same exact time.
So two finishers go off at once.
Yeah, and then everyone's like hitting finishers on each other, and then out of nowhere, Kevin Owens pops into the ring, gives a pop-up powerbomb to Tyler Breeze, and ends up winning the title. Yeah. My boy becomes a two-time Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, you sellied pretty hard when this happened.
Oh, man, I ran around the room, ladies and gentlemen. I was going freaking nuts.
I think it was good because it doesn't make Ambrose look weak by losing the title because he never got pinned to lose the title.
This actually kind of makes sense. I mean, everyone's going on and saying, like, okay, so he's going into the triple threat match as the IC champion. They're not going to make him win. But now him losing the title, it just makes sense. It's like, oh shit, maybe now he has a chance of winning this title shot. So,
but the best part was that he didn't lose. Like, he didn't lose.
Yeah, he didn't lose the title. It was Kevin Owens pinning someone else in the fatal five-way match for that title. So good for Kevin Owens. He now becomes a two-time Intercontinental Champion.
That was a really good opening match.
That is, and it looks like he's going on to feud with Dolph Ziggler for the IC title.
They
had like a confrontation sort of, and they had some other stuff on SmackDown we'll get into later. But good for Kevin Owens, I guess, and hopefully Dean Ambrose can overcome this and maybe try to win his title shot. I mean, it's almost so obvious what they're doing for Fastlane, but then again you can also look at it as like, are they making it seem obvious that Roman Reigns is going to win? They're going to completely swerve us with something that we're not expecting. I mean, I sense a swerve. I mean, they could go with the whole Roman Reigns route. He's going to get booed to shit at Fastlane. We all know this. He's going to be the least favorite out of the three, and then he's going to be the least favorite at WrestleMania. Like, the WrestleMania crowd's going to go nuts for Triple H because he's made NXT. They're just going to go nuts for him. So it's just going to be interesting to see what route they take following that triple threat match. Mm-hmm. I kind of see, like, something's going to go down in this match where it's going to cause Ambrose and Reigns to be put into the final match. And it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania, or maybe even a fatal four-way, because now now that they want like Strowman in this Andre the Giant Battle Royal, like it could be Lesnar and Bray Wyatt, but then who knows? Maybe they're gonna incorporate all three of these guys into the championship match and have a fatal
maybe
four-way.
It ends in like a triple count out or something,
or a triple count out. Like in the ring, they're all knocked down. And the ref counts to 10. Like,
yeah, maybe the Wyatts come in and beat the shit out of all of them.
Yeah, and they can't move. I mean, there's no DQ, but like they just can't move. Like they're unable to finish the match. That'd be nuts. That'd be crazy to see.
That did happen at oh my god. I think it was Battleground. I was there at Battleground. I forget who it was, but Big Show came out and knocked out both guys, and then the match just ended.
Oh like, yeah. Okay, I think I'm
I
like,
forget who the hell it was, but the match just ended. Like there was no bell, nothing. Like they just. Both guys were just done.
That could happen. I mean, that's another way you can end this match, but
then wouldn't that be a very terrible way to end?
Yeah,
the match?
I mean, like they're building up Fastlane to be really really good this year, so that'd be a really like shitty way to end the pay-per-view. But you know, WWE's done that to us in the past, so who's to say that they're not going to do it again?
I just think there's no way Lesnar's winning this match because of the whole Wyatt family thing. But
yeah, that's true. I kind of see it. But anyways, moving on, guys. We had a little incident during the Mark Henry and Big E match, which is really, really weird. We didn't know if it was fake or not or what, but it ended up being okay. Or being real, sorry. Mark Henry apparently hurt himself against Big E when he was setting up to win the match and just kind of like fell over, and Big E's like, okay. Big E did a good job reacting to this. It's not like he just stood still and didn't know what to do. He pinned Mark Henry right away for the 3 count and then acted like he just won like the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure he wanted to, like, see, like, holy shit, like, he's really hurt. But, like, he had to stay in character, right?
Yeah. But I guess Mark Henry just, like, did something to his back or shoulder or whatever I read, and he's just...
I thought it was his
fine.
ribs.
Or his ribs, his ribs.
Because Big E did a couple of those big splashes
But I guess
him.
he tweeted and saying he's fine, it's no big deal. So.
Probably just cramped up or something.
Yeah.
Because, like, he literally fell to the ground and Big E just, like, pinned him.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Henry's getting to that age now. He's getting, like, he's done his time. I mean, he can't be going hard all these weeks now. He's got to fall into that fully part-time mode where he shows up maybe 3 times a year for like maybe one match. You know, it's sad, but like I mean, it's the role he's got to fill in now with all these new people coming up.
Yeah. So that was the end of that match. Really
scary moment, but good for Mark Henry for being okay. So
that we can't even really grade that match because got injured.
No. But. Moving on, Brie, Bella, and Charlotte had a very very intense promo. I mean, this match I thought was going to be just really like crappy and it's going to be one of those bathroom break matches. But you know what? For some reason, I'm actually looking forward to this match. This promo was very, very intense. Charlotte and Brie brought up a lot of personal shit during this conversation and this promo in the ring, making like their Fastlane match just going out of this world. Like this match is going to actually be good. I honestly think this match is going to be really good.
I don't know about Brie Bella's wrestling ability, but
it's what they've done. I think that's why, because they know Brie Bella, her like her wrestling is like not. I guess how can I say this? It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
So maybe they want to make the promos and all the hype for this match
pre-match
good
stuff.
Yeah. So they don't want to make that good and be able to get people's eyes on this match and not just call it a bathroom break. So maybe that's why they're making all these crazy ass promos. And they're really intense. Like Charlotte went deep and almost making fun of her husband. So. It's crazy. So.
Yeah, didn't Brie go into some stuff too about Charlotte?
Yeah. So they're both going into some intense promos. So
yeah, but I think that like realistically, Charlotte's winning this match.
Charlotte's winning the match, no, without a doubt. She's gonna win the title, and I think this is like the send off for Brie to go home and go make her babies, make some mini Daniel Bryan's around, and get them into wrestling.
They're giving her like one last title match just for
I guess she's deserved it. I don't know. I can't really be the judge of that. But anyways. Yep, looking really forward to that match. Moving on, here's another thing that I don't know. I'm still mixed about. I don't know why they keep facing each other, but AJ Styles versus Miz was a decent match.
It was.
Styles and Jericho are definitely gonna have a rematch at Fastlane, as this was confirmed. But on Raw, I wasn't really sure. But now it's confirmed that these guys are having their rubber match at Fastlane, and I hope it's over after that. Which I think it's over, but I can't even pick a sole winner out of that. If the match was going to happen at Fastlane, we're going to do a prediction. We're going to have our prediction videos, but I just don't know who would win the rubber match. They could go 2 ways here. They could have Jericho win, just you know, you kind of bury AJ Styles a little bit, maybe not that much, but I mean, it's Jericho, man. You can have it at the end of that rubber match after Jericho wins, finally like shaking AJ Styles and going, man, you're gonna go far in this business. Like, good for you. You put up a good fight. Or you can have AJ Styles beat Jericho and have Jericho put over AJ Styles and have him have a great start to his career. So, I mean, you can go both ways with this, and it's really tough. I couldn't pick a clear winner out of that. But Miz and AJ Styles actually had a decent match. I can't believe I'm saying Miz had a decent match, but guy's been getting good a little bit. I think if you put Miz with the right talent, he can actually produce a good match. Whether he's putting over someone or he's actually going to win the match, he actually can put up a pretty good match. I mean, guy's former WWE champion.
Former main eventer of WrestleMania.
Main eventer of WrestleMania against Juan Gaina.
That was
God.
That seems like so long ago.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I'm glad AJ Styles is having a good start to his like WWE career.
I definitely think this is the end of the feud. Maybe he'll go on to face Kevin Owens.
Yeah, well, definitely it probably will be the end of the feud because I mean we have. I don't know if Jericho's going to be doing something with New Day after this because we know because we're going to March to WrestleMania, the network special in March, and it's advertised the Jericho highlight reel is and the guests are New Day. So is Jericho going to be feuding with New Day for some reason after this? I don't know.
No.
It'd be a really terrible feud if he did that after.
With the Usos.
Or the Usos, yeah, maybe. Or maybe just Jericho's being that antagonist for the Usos and the New Day. So who knows? But
has he basically buried Miz TV?
Yeah, basically. Like he's the highlight. He even took over Miz TV the other Raw. So I mean, it's pretty much pointless. Jericho highlight reel over Miz TV any day of the week.
I don't know,
any day.
Man. Miz is the most must-see WWE
now, you know what?
of all time. You know?
Out of both those shows, you know what? Carlito's Cabana over both those shows. That show was the shit, man. He had the little hammock in the background, the beach set. That was the best set I've ever seen.
The coconut drinks.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels would always drink them.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Oh man, they always have like funny little little hidden things in the set, just like with Jericho's or was it Miz's plant that he got?
No, it's Jericho's plant. Ambrose gave him a plant with a stool.
Shawn Michaels drinking the coconut, just whatever. It's just it's crazy what they do with these sets.
They're gonna have that cutting edge peep show.
Oh too. Yeah, that's right, the cutting edge peep show. Best of both worlds. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. The Dudley Boyz cut another promo.
For people that didn't watch SmackDown, you know.
For people that didn't watch SmackDown, so they cut another promo on Raw. But this time they were about to grab the tables, and again they just didn't bring it out.
They got fuck it.
Again, saying how, just basically saying like how they're never gonna use tables again. Like we basically ruined it for them, or some stupid shit like that.
And then they basically said we don't care what you guys chant.
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to think is it best for business for them to be heel right now? Like I don't know. Like they could easily have just kept going into the sunset as faces. I mean, they're still over as faces right now, but was putting them back to heel really the way to go?
I don't even mind them going back to heel, but I don't understand why they had to change their entire persona and get rid of the tables.
Yeah, that's one thing too. I mean, you bring them back heel, and okay, you don't need to
still be vicious heels.
Yeah, and they can still use tables. Yeah. They used tables when they were heel back in the day.
Remember they used to do it to all the women? They would put all the women on the table?
So I don't understand what WWE's direction is right now with bringing them heel, but then saying that they're not going to use tables again. It's just setting up for possibly a face turn somewhere down the road where they finally bring back the tables, and that's going to be the end of it.
Like, they basically did the same thing with the New Age Outlaws. Remember they turned them heel and like they got rid of their whole shtick and they were basically just generic at the end?
Yeah, they're just generic heel tag team. Like, oh, who the hell are these guys? Oh, those old guys that are heels. Like, they had nothing, no nostalgia behind them. They just came out and wrestled. It was basically it. But now, like, they're taking the tables away from the Dudleys. It's something you just don't do.
Yeah.
You never, they're associated with tables. You're not, it's like taking the dead man gimmick away from Undertaker. It just doesn't make sense.
Hey, Biker Taker was sick.
Yeah, Biker Taker was sick, but I mean, like, Undertaker was always dead man. It's like taking that gimmick away from him. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. Or here, if I put it in better perspective, it's like taking Paul Bearer away from the Undertaker. It just doesn't make sense at all.
What about Kane, Corporate Kane?
Or taking the suit away from Corporate Kane.
The Corporate Dudleys.
Oh my god. But anyways, later on in the night, the Dudleys ended up coming back on TV and helping Paul Heyman out. Which it makes sense because ECW alumni, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman had a promo in the ring, and then when Paul Heyman left the ring, the Dudleys came out of nowhere and attacked Roman Reigns. Yep. So this Paul Heyman's boys came and did his dirty work for them.
Exactly.
So the Dudley boys are full out heel. Just now they're helping Paul Heyman out. What they could have done See, if they didn't take the tables away, we could have put Roman Reigns through the table and make him look injured for the Fastlane match. But no, we're going to take the tables away from the Dudleys for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm going to get into that on my Sunday Night Heat show because I'm getting a little bit fired up right now.
I'm not on that show, so I'm going to give it a big thumbs down right now.
Yep. All right, moving on. Oh, this is something else I'm going to bring up on Sunday Night Heat. We had Paige versus Summer Rae.
Oh, man, I can't wait for this.
So Paige's first match back in who knows how long. She's been filming Total Divas, doing live events with Natalya, but she hasn't been on TV in a long time.
And first of all, Summer Rae didn't even get her entrance televised. It was basically the jobber entrance.
Same with Summer Rae. Where the hell has she been? Where the hell were you?
She got dumped by Tyler Breeze, and then we never heard from her again.
Anyways, they faced each other. And Paige lost cleanly to Summer Rae.
On like a roll-up, though.
A roll-up.
I just remember you were like just sitting there for like 5 minutes just staring into dead space.
I was, and I'm not going to get into it. I'll save that for my Sunday podcast, but
this was really bad.
That was really bad.
And like
tune into Sunday of what my opinions are going to be on that.
Yeah, definitely going to want to tune into that.
Yeah.
That was really, really bad.
I have a lot to say about that match, so tune in on Sunday, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. I don't want to talk about it anymore. A slightly going back to Dean Ambrose, I think we saw a slight. I don't know if do you call this a heel turn? He tried to pull the dirty deeds out on Roman Reigns.
No, I think he was just saying like, hey, don't forget I'm in the match too, and it's every man for himself.
Yeah, but then like they kind of it's like I guess they have that kind of stare on. Okay, it's every man for themselves, but I'm
like they kind of have that friendship where it's like
is WWE kind of like hinting there's going to be a heel turn from Dean Ambrose?
They might be trying to get us to think that. They might try to they're probably gonna try to put that in.
You're being sneaky. You're being sneaky with these matches lately, WWE. You're good. You're getting us. You're getting us.
Because Ambrose just turned him around and then put him in the dirty deeds lock and then just threw him back.
Yeah.
And then Reigns was like, yo, what the hell?
Yo, like, what are you doing, man? You're my brother.
Yeah.
You're my Shield member brother. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because it was one of the points I have jotted down here. I forgot to talk about.
Yeah, because Ambrose came out to save Reigns from the Dudleys.
Yeah. So
and that was interesting. I think that's definitely a good tactic by WWE putting, that planting that seed, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
If they want to do the Ambrose heel turn, right?
Yep. So WWE, good for you for being sneaky. You're finally being creative for a change.
Yeah.
I got a lot of bad to say to you in the last couple months, but now this is you're actually turning it around. I especially with the depleted roster that you guys have right now, it's all right. Moving on, you're gonna love this. We ended up catching just the end of this match, a little bit of the middle of it, but Del Rio's match against the Lucha Dragons had an incredible ending.
This was great.
That finishing move his new finishing move was insane, but he did it differently this week. It was a Sin Cara in between, or stuck in the middle of the ropes, in the middle of the ring, and you just literally you know what? No Phil brought up a point before. Like, he hates when wrestlers are able to get out of that and just kind of sit there for way too long, and it makes it look really bad. You know what? This made it look good because Del Rio's new finisher is insane. He jumps from the corner and does his finisher right in the middle. Like, first of all, he has to jump from the corner to the middle of the ring. And for someone like Del Rio, who's not really a high flyer, that's incredible.
And he had to keep both of his feet together.
Yeah, and to execute that move from that far takes incredible talent. This just shows how much incredible talent Del Rio is.
And to have him in League of Nations.
And to have him in this League of Job. Actually, I'm rephrasing it. The League of Injured.
The League of Injured.
Because half of them are freaking injured.
The League of Irrelevancy.
Exactly. They're the League of Irrelevancy, and yet they have him in there. Man, he could easily have this an unreal singles pusher, and like they just had him with the U.S. title, but they choose to keep putting him in the League of Nations, which pisses me off. They need to disband that group. And
he's so much more jacked than he was the first time he was in WWE.
Yeah.
Like, he's...
Yeah, I was very, very impressed with this match. There was a lot of good spots in it, too, from Kalisto. Obviously, he's an incredible talent as well. But Del Rio, that finisher in that end of that match just put everything over the top.
Like the crowd didn't even, like, go that nuts over it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, how do you...
I made that a 5-star match.
Yeah.
Regardless, for Raw, that's a 5-star match. Not pay-per-view quality, but for Raw, that is a 5-star match.
Yeah.
And a 5-star ending. That put everything over the top.
It was that was not the main event.
No.
That should have been the main event. If you're going to have it end with a heel win... end with that.
Speaking of main event, we were talking about this earlier in the night on Raw. We're like no way is this the main event, and it ends up being the main event.
How do you even market this?
Strowman against Big Show.
Your favorite match of the year.
Are we in 1999? Why is Big Show main eventing Raw? Why is the Big Show main eventing Raw? What the hell? This guy is like almost, 40? And he's main eventing Raw. God, he sweats 2 minutes into the match. You got this guy main eventing Strowman, who you're so high on. You can't have Big Show put him over. He can't move.
Yeah, and apparently he's got this great moveset that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, apparently. I get into that on Sunday Night Heat, too. We'll get into that later. But this match ended up not even finishing. It turned into a brawl. Ryback comes out. Mr. Singlet, Mr. Small, Tight Trunk Ryback comes out, tries to help, fails. And oh god, here we go. Not even corporate. The Demon Kane
comes through the ring.
That's gotta be Kane. Came through the ring. Classic Kane. And then they beat the shit out of the Wise and they go running off. And then these guys, this looks like the team now. Big Show, Ryback, and
we have the three big guys that are irrelevant. You might as well throw Mark Henry in there. Have a 4-on-4.
Oh my god, man! These guys are a team. They're gonna face, and now it's confirmed that these three are facing Strowman, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan at just Fastlane.
So Bray Wyatt's not wrestling.
Yeah, so Bray Wyatt's just going to be that. He's probably going to sit in Sister Abigail the entire match. This is probably going to set up, maybe they have other plans for him. Maybe he's going to interfere in the main event and set up the Brock Lesnar-Bray Wyatt feud.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but that's the match set for Fastlane.
Great, that'll be the bathroom
break.
the
bathroom break right there. Screw the Divas match because I actually want to see that. That's going to be the bathroom break right there.
Like, is there any redeeming quality to look forward to in this match?
You have two guys, Big Show and Kane, who have been wrestling since before 1999.
They were tag team champions back in like 05.
Yeah. And then you have Ryback, who he doesn't even know who he is anymore. He's confused whether he's Ryback, Mr. Back, or Goldberg.
Or Rybaxley.
Or Rybaxley. He has no idea who he is. So this just doesn't make any sense. This ruined Raw for me. I did not like the ending to this Raw.
That was the worst part of Raw, probably.
Yeah. If this ending ended different and there was something actually good, I would have gave Raw 5 out of 5.
They should have, but they wanted it to end with something with a face, right? They needed the face to go out on top.
Yeah.
Or else I think the Del Rio match definitely should have been the main event.
God, Vince McMahon is so high on big guys, it's insane. He's got like this weird fetish for big guys. And CM Punk said it best back in like his pipe bombs back in 2010, 2011, or it was 2012, I think. Yes, we had 2011, 2012. One of his pipe bombs. He's like Vince McMahon has this weird fetish with big guys for some reason. It's just weird. Like I guess he's old school. That's how like old school wrestling used to be. It used to be big giant guys who'd always get like the main event status, the titles and everything. Always just be huge guys.
Yep, but I think it's a completely different era now.
Yep. So Vince needs to adapt to the new era. You can't have endings like this and Raw. That's for sure. If you want the Wyatts to get over.
Because then he says, "Well, we're not in the wrestling business. We're in the entertainment business.
Yeah.
So we don't need to have because big guys can't really wrestle. But then again, we're not a wrestling company.
Yeah.
But I beg to differ. Yeah.
So I gave Raw 4 out of 5. It would have got 5 out of 5 if it wasn't for that ending.
Yeah.
And a couple other things.
I give it about a 3.5 to a 4.
That's fair. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But moving on, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show again where I get to review my favorite show. My ultimate favorite show, Friday Night SmackDown, Thursday Night SmackDown, Wednesday Night SmackDown, Tuesday night if you go watch it live, whatever. SmackDown, that time of the week where you watch it.
We need to
could even be tonight for you American folks.
We need to hear like the crickets right now, like the.
If I had the cricket sound effect, I would play it right now. But you know what? Some I gotta give SmackDown. It's gonna sound weird. I gotta give SmackDown some credit this week, as what. Couple of things that happen on SmackDown that kind of implicate Fastlane a little bit.
You know what?
I think that only happens during the go-home show for SmackDown.
Yeah. I went back and watched SmackDown last week, and there were some decent parts in it, but not many.
Yeah. So, jumping into it here, Kevin Owens and the Ziggler feud continued into SmackDown. Ziggler and the Lucha Dragons faced the League of Nations, and Owens was on commentary. This ended up being an okay match until Owens interfered, causing a distraction to Ziggler, and Ziggler getting pinned, and League of Nations picked up the victory. So
who fought?
Ziggler, Lucha Dragons, and League of Nations. So Rusev, Sheamus, and Alberto Del Rio.
Okay.
So
and who got the win?
League of Nations won.
Who got the win? Do you know?
I had it written down here. For some reason, it's not saved. I written down 2 days ago, and I don't remember what I wrote down.
No.
And I'm not sure why it's not
Lucha
saved.
Dragons are just getting jobbed by League of Nations.
Yeah, my memo pad is being jobbed right now because there was a couple other things here that I wrote down. They're not here. Well then, that's fine then. I can still go on. They weren't that important, but that was important because I had the winner of the match written down here. But yeah, League of Nations picked up the win. I think it was either Del Rio or Rusev. I'd really highly doubt it was Sheamus because he's still kind of injured.
And then King Barrett doesn't even wrestle.
Yeah,
anymore.
King Barrett was just the hype man.
Yeah,
Anyways, Owens distracted Ziggler, causing him to lose a match, increasing their feud, I guess, for their match at Fastlane. And that's going to be for the IC title. And I don't think Ziggler's going to win it.
No, he's not.
He's not going to win it. Owens is going to hold on to it until WrestleMania, until what they decide to do with it, whether they're going to have that ladder match or not.
I guess that made more sense to why Ziggler beat him in the last couple of weeks. To make him look presentable for this match, but he's not going to win it.
No, I don't see it. It sucks because as much as I'd want Ziggler to get a big push, but that's my boy Kevin Owens. Not against him, at least.
Yeah.
I'm being very biased right now, but that's all right. But anyways, moving on. You're going to love this. This is has to do with Sasha Banks and Tamina. They had a match.
Oh.
Sasha Banks defeated Tamina via bank statement.
Yay.
But stuff that happened after is what we're going to talk about. After Sasha Banks won, Tamina and Naomi attacked Sasha Banks. Becky came out for the save. But then, after the save, Sasha got pissed off at Becky and telling her, I didn't need your help anyway. So,
Typical
Sasha being
boss.
very bossy right there.
She's a lone wolf. She doesn't like having these tag team partners.
So, that's kind of... I'm sensing a little...
No.
little heat between the two. Maybe something's going to happen at Fastlane between these guys. But I think this is what's going to happen. There's going to be some confrontation or something at Fastlane between these girls. And they're going to be like pissed off, go to Stephanie, and then they're going to be put into the Divas title match at WrestleMania. So at WrestleMania, it's going to be Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha. A triple threat match for the Divas title.
Yep.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
I still think they're winning the match. But, yeah, I guess you needed to make Team Bad look presentable.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten bodied in the last
Yep,
couple
Sasha
weeks.
Banks being the lone wolf, as you say.
Yep. The last 2 weeks on SmackDown, she's won a match.
Yep.
That's what I went back and watched.
But this is the first
week.
time she's kind of like lashed out at Becky Lynch from the last 2 weeks.
Well, the last week, like, Becky was on commentary and just got her ass kicked by Tamina.
Yeah.
And then Sasha came out. This is like the best thing on SmackDown I've seen in like a fucking year. She throws Tamina into the chair.
Oh, yeah,
and then kicks her over.
Yeah.
The fucking chair flips over.
Yeah.
She gets back in the ring. Naomi tries to pin her, and then she goes for the bank statement and gets the win.
That was probably the funniest thing too. When you first showed that video, I couldn't believe it.
That was great.
I can't believe I totally missed that. The chair literally flipped backwards, and Tamina flew backwards.
That was great.
Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. That was such a hard kick.
Yep.
Like literally kicked almost her socks off.
The ruthless aggression. That's why I love it. She's nasty.
Yeah,
So-
Sasha. I mean,
So she won him. Okay, she's
she's good. I'll give her credit. She's good.
Okay, there's one part of SmackDown I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah. Moving on. Jericho came out to the ring and he tried to call out AJ Styles, but The Miz answered,
Of course.
and that led into a match. So Jericho faced Miz.
With the battle of the hosts.
Yeah, these three guys are just like swapping opponents every single goddamn week.
Oh my
Jericho
God.
ends up winning via Walls of Jericho. It was a semi-decent match. But then after he tries to call out Styles again, but by saying that, you know what, since you're not going to answer my call, I'm refusing to rematch the rubber match. AJ Styles finally comes out, starts attacking Chris Jericho. After knocking him down and leaving, Jericho gets back up, grabs his mic, and says, "You know what? I accept the rematch." And now they're gonna have the rematch, and basically says to Styles he's gonna regret wanting to rematch him again.
What was the point of that?
Just, I guess, like, I don't know,
Why is Jericho gotta be a goon for?
because he's the goon. When it always comes down to someone that WWE wants to get over, Jericho's the perfect person to be that goon to put him over. So. After seeing that, I think for sure they're going to go in the direction of Jericho putting over AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what it looks like is going to happen. So I think they're going to have a really good match at Fastlane. If this is the rubber match, if this has anything to do with history and rubber matches, like John Cena and Kevin Owens, this match is going to be really intense.
Yeah, they might bring out some new stuff that we didn't see in the first.
Yeah, especially because it's a pay-per-view. And WWE always likes to bring out some crazy moves at pay-per-view. So I think that's one of the matches to look forward to, or to look at Fastlane for sure.
I could see like AJ Styles going for like something off the top rope and like getting into a code breaker or something.
Yep, that's true.
But then like him kicking out.
Yep, I can see that.
Can we see a Styles clash, please?
I think we're gonna see a Styles clash. I kind of there's still a lot of couple moves that I went back on YouTube and took a look at Styles in New Japan. He has some stuff in his moveset we haven't seen yet. Yeah. So maybe he's gonna bring some out at the pay-per-view. So we'll take a look.
I'm expecting that to be probably the match of the night along with the triple threat.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it very well could be. Who knows? But moving on, Charlotte faced Natalya.
Oh my god.
So Natalya finally had a match. She's back. She lost though to Charlotte by the figure 8. But after the match, for some reason, Brie Bella just, for no reason at all, charges the ring and starts attacking Charlotte. She starts beating the shit out of her. Why? I thought you were being the face in this. Why come out? I know you guys have some heated I guess.
You know? You got to make a statement, make a bank statement.
But I guess she's hitting Natalya, or God, I can't even. Brie Bella is hitting Charlotte with the Daniel Bryan kicks. Ric Flair drags Charlotte out, and then Brie grabs a Divas title and starts doing the yes chant with it. So making Brie look even stronger for her match, even though she's not going to win it at Fastlane.
No.
But this is just a little way of making Brie the more powerful diva for the feud leading into the match.
Was this match even more than 5 minutes?
No, it was a typical Bury the Divas match. I think it was the most. I think it was 7 or 8 minutes I seen.
Poor Natty, man. She's just like the veteran now that she's got to put everyone over.
That sucks. I don't really even see her as a veteran. I know she's been here for a while, but I don't see her as a veteran. I think I see her as the diva in her prime. Like, I don't know why she's not being used more. She gets along with the crowd. She has her fans out there. I just don't understand why they're not using her. I know they want and I think a lot of it has to do with Total Divas because there's so much shit happening in Total Divas. Natalya, I mean, the E Network is like, oh my god, keep her on this network because she's like one of the draws for Total Divas, and that sucks because her and Tyson Kidd's freaking love life is just all over the place.
Yeah,
they're nuts.
Yeah, so they keep her around for that, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I really hope Paige is not turning into that. I really hope not. But moving on.
Losing to Summer Rae on a roll-up, you know.
Moving on to the main event of the night. There's the only other thing to talk about on SmackDown. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose face the Dudleys in the main event.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The match didn't finish. Lesnar interfered.
What?
Yeah, Lesnar was on whatever night SmackDown you watched. He came to the ring, started attacking Ambrose, and giving Ambrose and Reigns some suplexes. Then Reigns tries to spear Lesnar, misses, and ends up spearing Ambrose. So Ambrose gets up really, really pissed off, tries for the dirty deeds, but then Reigns counters that into the Samoan drop. And as Roman Reigns gets up, he gets F5 by Brock Lesnar. And they're both in the ring, hurting. And Brock Lesnar's walking up the ramp, and then Triple H comes out with the title and has a stare down with Brock Lesnar.
Like, I know that the Authority's trying to get Ambrose and Reigns to turn on each other, but, realistically, does Triple H want to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania?
No, that's why I don't understand. And he comes out and stares down Brock Lesnar. Wouldn't you want to face Dean Ambrose? Something you can just trash and bury like you bury Reigns? Everybody else?
Do you want Lesnar to break your arm again?
Yeah, I just don't understand why they're making it look like Triple H wants to face Brock Lesnar. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Or, does he want a death wish?
Yeah, I see what you're saying here. The last couple of weeks, he's just been having stare downs with Brock Lesnar.
You would think that he would want Lesnar not to win the match.
Yeah, you think he'd want he'd be setting up Brock Lesnar and get his ass kicked and be shit kicked until the match at Fastlane, so Dean Ambrose can easily pick up a victory, or Roman Reigns can easily pick up a victory over this guy. But they're doing the complete opposite. They're making Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose beat the shit out of each other for Brock Lesnar to just come in and say, okay, I'm going to give both you guys an F5 and then run away.
Yeah,
But maybe they're making it that way so Triple H ends up going, oh shit, I made a mistake. They're making him make the mistake.
Yeah.
So who knows what they're doing, but
that makes sense to try and get more dissension within the friends there.
The two Shield members that are left.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do for the title, I guess.
Yeah, but this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really, really interesting to see, man. There's gonna be a lot of eyes. They've made this triple threat match really, really good now, and make sure that people are gonna want to watch and go, okay, fuck, I can't miss this match now. You gotta see who's gonna be in the main event at WrestleMania. So
it was like when they had the Survivor Series thing, when they had Reigns versus Ambrose. It was was somebody gonna turn heel here?
Yeah,
in the title match.
I remember that.
Did.
Yeah, and they did something else too with this, didn't they? It was when Rock won the title from John Cena, and then John Cena ended up facing CM Punk at Elimination Chamber to see who goes on to WrestleMania to face The Rock for the title. People actually thought, like, oh shit, kid, they're not going to do twice in a lifetime again. Like, they're not going to do that. They're going to make CM Punk win and go on to face The Rock and get his title back. But then they swerved everybody and made John Cena win. There, people are like, oh shit. Like, what? They're going to do this match 2 times in a row? Like, people had no idea that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. They had a thought that it was going to happen, but they didn't think it was actually going to go through with it. So, who knows what WWE's like thought process is right now with this triple threat match.
This is good when you make us think like this.
Yeah.
Instead of just giving us, like, you know, the typical, you know, finish that we're all expecting to happen. That's what people tune in for, is the, you know...
Exactly.
What they're not expecting.
Yeah.
That unexpected finish, that swerve, you know?
Yep. So, the go-home show for SmackDown actually got a rating this week. I given it a 3 out of 5. Just because of the matches and what happened to implicate the Fastlane matches.
Yeah. All the matches basically had some meaning behind them, right?
That's the only reason why I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. That's it.
I didn't watch it, so I have to give it a Phil N/A.
Do we need to bring up no self, Phil?
Well, I'm just, you know, you just say N/A, so we'll give it an N/A.
Alright, guys, it's that time of the show where we get into some news around the wrestling world and specifically around WWE. So let's start off here with WrestleMania. Apparently the card is finalized. Apparently they've said they have the card set in stone. They're not changing it. This is the direction we're going to go into WrestleMania until they probably have like another side to it in case someone gets injured again. But WrestleMania card is finalized. And Undertaker is on it. So I was curious, so I dug a little bit deeper. And apparently Undertaker has a match at WrestleMania, but it is not Strowman. It is not John Cena, which people thought was going to be John Cena as he keep sending these cryptic tweets saying like he's trying to get back into the game faster. And it's not Kevin Owens, and it's not Kane. Thank God it's not Kane. I swear to God, I thought it was going to be Kane for sure, but it's not Kane. Apparently, it's being said that it's someone that is not on the roster currently. Wow. That is huge and very, very surprising. I mean, one name comes to mind, obviously. It's going to come to your mind. Anyone who's listening to this, the first name I can already tell what is shooting in your mind, it's Sting. I agree, but I know Corporate Cappy over here has a thing about this. He's injured.
Yes.
Like
he got really hurt in that Rollins match. And
there's been no update on his injury since then. There's been, okay, he's fine, but that's it. There's been no, is he going to wrestle again? Is his neck injury going to last a year or two? There's been no update since then.
He's 0-2 in his WWE career. Would they really make him 0-3?
I don't know. Maybe Sting beats Undertaker. That'd be insane. This. I kind of see this and going, okay, so they have Sting, but they don't release any updates since his injury. Were they planning this all along? Maybe. Were they planning since then, okay, we're not going to release anything about Sting. They found out he was good, and he's good to wrestle in a match. Okay, Sting, we're going to keep you off TV. We're going to keep this hush-hush. We're not going to say anything about you, your injury, or nothing. We're going to wait till WrestleMania time and bring you back to face Undertaker and swerve everybody, just completely shock the entire world.
Because everybody thought it was going to be Cena, right?
Yeah, and everyone thought okay, Sting's never going to wrestle again because they don't provide an injury update. That's one of the things I think is going to happen if it's Sting.
Yeah, they also haven't released anything for The Rock yet.
Exactly, and he's technically not on the current roster.
No.
So it could even be The Rock. If it's Rock against Undertaker, holy shit, man, that would put me over the top.
I don't think they've ever wrestled at WrestleMania.
They've never done a WrestleMania match.
No.
They've had their feuds back in '99 when Taker was part of the Ministry and stuff like that, but that's it. They've never faced each other since. They've never done anything since. So this is definitely a match they could definitely put together.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be Stone Cold. He's never wrestling again. He's pretty much come out on his own podcast and he's not doing it anymore. He's done. JR himself has said he's done. He's never wrestling again. It's not Shawn Michaels. He doesn't want to do anything ever again. He even said, they even wanted him in the Royal Rumble. He's like, no, I'm not wrestling again. I'm retired. Leave me alone. You can't think of anybody. Who the hell is it going to be? It's not going to be Kevin Nash. It's not going to be any of these gay people on the side here. It's you can't think of anyone but Sting.
Because the depleted roster, you basically have no choice.
Exactly. Wow, Sting versus Undertaker. the match that I've been wanting to see. People, fanboys, and everybody, when fantasizing about this match, it might actually happen.
Yeah, like two characters like that going at it, like two major gimmicks.
That's insane. This is like they want to push WrestleMania hard this year. That'll put it over the top. Oh my god, I'm ultra excited if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I just hope Sting is in okay of shape to wrestle. I mean, we've seen Michelle McCool's Instagram about Undertaker.
Undertaker's getting in so much shape, guys. He's deadlifting 500 pounds. He's doing these incredible back workouts, man. He just looks ripped as shit. Like, he's looking back. Man, he's in the same body shape as he was back when he was Big Evil. Like, that kind of, like, built. Like, it's insane. And Undertaker's 50 years old. This guy's 50 years old, and he's built like a truck. I mean, it's crazy to say that, but then you can also look at Vince McMahon, who's probably on like a shit ton of steroids, but then you saw him in his ref match. He's jacked as shit, and he's 7 years old.
Yeah, no, Vince definitely does not take the wellness policy.
No, definitely, even for sure.
But it was funny what our friends were saying a couple days ago was that maybe they'll come out and say that the Taker that lost to Brock Lesnar was the fake Undertaker because he didn't look anything like him because he's so shape.
DiBiase's Undertaker is going to face Undertaker. So DiBiase's Undertaker was the one that lost to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So the streak is still intact. That'd be hilarious. I would die. I would honestly lose it, and I would actually be okay with that. I wouldn't be pissed. I'd be like, wow, that is the funniest and smartest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Realistically, that was the saddest Undertaker we've ever seen.
Terrible shape. He just looked unhealthy as shit. He just didn't look into it, man. He looked old. He looked his age.
And then he comes back the last year.
The last year and a half. Like, we're like, wow. Like, the transition he's had in the last year and a half is just incredible.
Yeah.
It looks like he's decreasing in age, not increasing. It looks like
he went back 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's gone through the time machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's WrestleMania apparently. So that's huge news coming out of WrestleMania. Another side WrestleMania news, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of sucks. Cesaro has been going through rehab recently, but apparently he's figured out he won't be on WrestleMania this year.
Not going to be ready?
Yeah, he was going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and they said, yeah, you're not going to be ready in time for WrestleMania.
God damn it.
Which sucks, because Cesaro is such an incredible piece of talent as well, and I'm sure that's going to piss him off too. But
because that's what everybody works for is WrestleMania.
Yeah. So I'm sure Cesaro is training hard and getting himself back into it to get back in next year's WrestleMania. So Cesaro still got a lot to go to. He's still young. Yeah. He's still good to go.
We still need the Cesaro push.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that Cesaro push. We know he can get over. Like, there's certain cities where he goes to, and everyone in the entire crowd has a Cesaro section sign. So he knows, WWE knows he can get that overness.
Can he just get rid of that fucking awful theme song?
Yeah, the theme song is really bad. You need to go back to Sammy Rattler and be done with it, or something else.
Like such a
CFO dollar sign. Get some new tunes in here for him, please. But anyways, as we were talking about Brie Bella earlier, yeah, it is said that she is leaving WWE soon. Only to pursue her family ties with Daniel Bryan. They want to start a family, they want to have kids, and they want to move in together and start their bed and breakfast that they've been wanting to do. If you haven't seen Total Divas, they've been wanting to do a bed and breakfast by themselves. So, you know what? Good for Brie Bella. You know, like you got to step aside for this stuff to happen. I know, like, wrestling is your life, but you know what? Good for her to being the one that, you know what, my husband's retired now, I want to go start a family, and finally putting her foot down and saying, hey, I'm done with wrestling.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But then when she went out and said it had nothing to do with Daniel Bryan retiring, I think that's a spot. Yeah, that's all scripted. It's not. It's definitely like has to do with that. No, 100%. Yeah. Like both of them are just gonna go off into the sunset. It was like the same thing with CM Punk and AJ Lee. Like when CM Punk left, AJ's like, oh, I'm staying, but then. Yeah, she ended up. It was just a matter of time before she left, you know. So you know what? All power to Brie Bella. Good for her, and I'm proud of Daniel Bryan, all he's accomplished, and you know what? Good to them, and good luck in their future. Yep. Moving on here, we had a really special promo / commercial on Raw, and something they promoted a little bit, and I'm really interested to see what the hell's going to happen next week. The Vincent J. McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award. Where the hell did this come from? How many awards do they freaking need in WWE? They have the Warrior Award. They have the Warrior Award. They have the Connors Award. They have, I think they had something else, but then they have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy. Like, they have all these awards. I know they're trying to commemorate, like, Vincent J. McMahon, like Vince McMahon's dad, and what he's accomplished. Now there's the Excellence of Award. Apparently, Michael Cole said it's the most prestigious award WWE's ever going to give out, ever. And no one's been worthy of it until now, apparently. I can't think of it. Who the hell is going to get it? Can you imagine if it's Titus O'Neil?
Like this whole thing with him getting suspended is just a big freaking swerve and a big show and a big it's just a big work, and they give this award to him.
I don't even know who.
And Vince McMahon gives it to him.
Is this going to be like a wrestler they give it to, or is it going to be like a legend
I don't know.
or something?
I can't tell. Are they giving it to Vince McMahon? Are they giving it to John Cena? John Cena could be one of them. Are they bringing back Hulk Hogan? Is this the bring back for Hulk Hogan? He's going to get this award?
After getting bodied and basically
like this is like a sorry thing? Like sorry for like taking you off everything?
Maybe Hulk Hogan's in shape to face Undertaker.
Oh my god. Could you imagine? Props to WWE if they're going to go through with that. If they're going to go through with Hulk Hogan versus Undertaker, by all means, fucking do it. I'd love to see that. I'm sure the whole crowd would love to see that. No one would be... The only people who would be pissed off are people who take watching wrestling a little bit too seriously than what it actually is.
It would make sense because, like, they have to start the WrestleMania feud after Fastlane, right?
Yeah, and they're both old. They're both old, and they can do a little tiny feud up until WrestleMania. It's 5 weeks. That's a lot. That's actually a lot of time.
I could see Hulk Hogan coming out, accepting this award, and then like boom, the lights go out, and then like Undertaker comes out.
Yeah, the Undertaker comes out, and people are like, "Oh shit!" Just going completely ballistic.
There we go. See, you heard it here first on No Holds Barred.
Yep, you've heard it here first. We're predicting Hulk Hogan versus the Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. You heard that right. In 2016, Undertaker is gonna face Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. This is not WrestleMania 4 or WrestleMania 3 or whenever they faced each other. I think it was like Survivor Series. No. This is WrestleMania 32. They're gonna face each other one last time. What you gonna do, dead man?
Oh my god, if this happens...
I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
But anyways, into the last bit of news, this is actually pretty crazy. I'm actually really interested in this. So I'm actually excited to see what's gonna happen after WrestleMania. Depending on how the Finn Balor and Samoa Joe match goes at NXT TakeOver Dallas, is gonna decide Samoa Joe's future. Apparently, if Samoa Joe wins, his call-up to the main roster is gonna be delayed. He's not gonna be called up for another 6 months. If he loses, it's being said he's being called up at the Raw after WrestleMania. Wow. If Samoa Joe gets called up the Raw after WrestleMania, I'm going to go freaking nuts.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to see him and AJ Styles on WTV since I was watching TNA back in 2003.
But then, but Finn Balor's been in NXT for a year, over a year now.
But that's why I'm saying they want to keep, this is for sure set in stone, they're keeping Finn Balor for another year in NXT to be the poster boy.
Are they?
They want to build, yes, they are. They want to build him up and become the bigger face of NXT, then finally bring him up next year.
Wow.
I know. I was really surprised when I read that too, and I'm like, okay, if they want to go in that direction. But then, I mean, I'm excited to see Samoa Joe come up, man. He's an incredible piece of talent. The moveset he's got is beyond insane. He's like a Kurt Angle. Like his submission set is unreal. His pure wrestling is just unbelievable.
I'm move for a bigger guy.
Yeah,
you know?
he literally, he's like a Kevin Owens. He's got some movesets that a bigger guy like him you don't think can do, and Samoa Joe can pull it off. So I'm really, really excited to see Samoa Joe.
I'm trying to think in my head right now, piece it together. Like who would he face? Like
Kevin Owens.
But he's a heel right now in NXT.
Yeah, that's true. You can bring out Samoa Joe as a face though.
They could.
You know he's gonna get that face reaction when they bring him up a Raw after WrestleMania. So they can easily bring him up as a face. Yeah. Either that or someone else, man. You got people out there he can face Neville for a couple weeks or something like that, man. He's such an exceptional piece of talent. You can feud him with anybody.
Wow. That's a big piece of news.
So I can't wait. I'll be watching NXT TakeOver Dallas closely for that. So the news this week has been incredible.
Yeah. I mean, and also for the March to WrestleMania event, they're talking about having some NXT stars on that as well.
Yep, my boys Enzo and Cass are being there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go nuts for them.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose my voice after this event.
That's the bathroom break for me.
You can go. I'll take your seat, man. I'll climb up on both seats and go nuts. But man, I'm gonna have no voice after this event's done. Literally, the next day I'm gonna have zero voice.
Yeah. So the rest of the card that's been confirmed so far is Chris Jericho's highlight reel with New Day. Sheamus versus Roman Reigns, which I'm not looking forward to at all.
Brock Lesnar versus Luke Harper.
With Bray Wyatt in his corner. That would be pretty cool.
That's alright.
And they just said Paige and Becky were going to be there, but they didn't say Paige. What they're going to do.
Oh,
great.
I'm gonna charge the ring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally charge the ring.
No, I think you want that shirt that she has sticking out of her butt.
Oh man, I'm gonna go try to catch that. For sure. For sure.
So, things are shaping up for Fastlane.
Yep. Other than that, guys, tune in Sunday for my podcast, The Sunday Night Heat, where I like to get fired up. All things WWE going on in the week, so tune in for that on Sunday. Other than that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for another episode of The Lowdown Show, your favorite Thursday night wrestling podcast that reviews and discusses Raw and SmackDown from the week, as well as we discuss any important news going on in WWE, as you just heard. Be sure to go over to the YouTube page, give this video a like, and share your comments in the section below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, go head on over to Twitter and follow the podcast at NoHoldsBarredWP, as well as you can follow Corporate Cappy here at Corporate Cappy, and as well as me, Kyle Masters, at Real Kyle Masters. Remember, you can also check this out on what we're trying to. There's an app that we've downloaded to do some live radio broadcasting. It's called MixLR. We're still in the works for it, so tune in for that soon. We'll be doing some live broadcasting, as I said before, in December. A lot of big things coming to NHBWP.
Yeah, we're rebuilding,
Yeah,
we're like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah. Full build.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm your host, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, as always. I'm always joined by my co-host, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
It's always what's best for business.
Until next Thursday, guys, we're here reminding you to keep it on the lowdown.
You're looking at the real deal now. Gonna kick this sorry ass out on the street.